Retired UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov has always taken on huge challenges throughout his career, but this time it wasn't inside the octagon. Instead of throwing punches or grappling on the mat, Khabib found himself doing something completely new: wakeboarding. While taking some well-deserved time off in the United Arab Emirates, he decided to give wakeboarding a go for the very first time. You can just see it in the video. The man who dominated the UFC was now battling the waves with a smile on his face.
You have to balance it up, down as well. Yeah, yeah.
It's moments like these that remind us fighters are human too, and seeing Khabib laugh, fall, get back up, it's refreshing. You can't help but root for him even outside the cage. Meanwhile, over in Kyrgyzstan, Stone Gulov shared a fascinating video. It showed Morab Abdwelli demonstrating the exact choke he used to submit Shaum Ali at UFC 316. It's incredible to see how fighters share their knowledge like that. The move wasn't just flashy, it was effective. Watching it broken down frame by frame, you really start to appreciate the skill and precision involved in those split-second decisions inside the octagon. And now, onto something that's been causing serious buzz in the MMA world. Michael Bisping, yes, the former middleweight champ himself, had something bold to say. On his BYM podcast, Bisping said, "Ilia Topuria's run is the greatest in UFC history."
I think he's here. Yes.
который не раз выполнял чемпионку тому прием ниндзя мостал. Все, она обучилась. Так и живем.
Let that sink in. According to Bisping, Topuria's journey surpasses even the legendary runs of John Jones and Conor McGregor. That's not a small compliment coming from a guy who's seen it all, fought the best, and understands what it takes. This is huge. It really puts into perspective just how special Topuria's rise has been. And speaking of Ilia Topuria, he's made a surprising move. After his big win at UFC 317, Ilia opened up to TMZ Sports about what might come next. And what he said? It shocked a lot of fans. Topuria said he wants to move up to 170 pounds. That's right. And not only that, he wants to challenge Islam Makhachev for the welterweight title. That's if Islam gets past Jack Della Maddalena, of course. Ilia didn't stop there. He mentioned two possible opponents that interest him: Paddy Pimblett and Islam Makhachev. Let's talk about the Paddy fight first. With total confidence, Ilia said, "All the fans around the world, I think they want to see that fight. And to be honest, I think it's one of the easiest fights I could have in the lightweight division. I don't know, I can do whatever I want with him. Really. It's a fun fight for the fans. I'm going to enjoy the whole process, and at the same time, it's a fight where I get to shine again."
Well, if on Topuria, it ain't John Jones at number one. We know that these days. Yeah. He's walked away from the sport, so he's out. I sat down and had a couple of drinks with Tom Aspinall Saturday night. We'll talk about that in a bit, about what he wants next and how he feels about everything. But regarding Islam, yeah, Islam, phenomenal, of course, but he did get knocked out against Adriano Martins. So that kind of hurts it a touch. He beat Volkanovski twice, but that was someone from 145 going up. Topuria was the 45 champ. Then he goes to 155, knocks out Volkanovski, Holloway, then do Bronx, all in successive fashion. Has there ever been a rise better than that? Conor McGregor was great, and he beat Aldo in 12 seconds, then Eddie Alvarez, but then he lost to Khabib.
Yeah.
I think what he has done is better than anyone. Better than what John Jones did. Yeah, John Jones came in the sport, youngest champion. But Topuria, holy effing shit, man.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I promise you. I can finish it however I want. First round, for sure. He's not going to make it past one round with me. Bold, blunt, brutally honest. Topuria has never lacked confidence, but this level of certainty? It's chilling. And Paddy, wherever he is, probably felt that statement land like a punch to the chest. Then Ilia turned his focus to Islam Makhachev, and the tone shifted. He didn't hold back at all. Listen, Topuria said, I think Islam made a smart choice. If the UFC offered him a fight against someone like Justin Gaethje or any other contender in the lightweight division, he'd stay at 155. But when I started moving up, he was like, no, I don't need to take that risk. I'm going to 170. I'm going to try for another belt. Ilia kept going, his voice filled with frustration and confidence all at once. He knows I'm dangerous. He knows I'll put him to sleep. Even Khabib. The only reason they don't want me to fight Islam is because they know I'll beat him. He finished by saying, ideally, I'd love to see Islam win that title, and I hope the UFC lets me move up to 170. I want that third belt. You can feel the passion in his words. Topuria isn't just chasing greatness, he's demanding it. He wants legacy, history, and nothing is going to stand in his way. Meanwhile, Aman Sarakian has his eyes on Topuria too. Aman, currently the 2-ranked lightweight, believes he's right there in the title conversation, and he made a bold prediction about how a fight with Topuria would go down. Speaking with New York Post Sports, Aman said he sees himself taking Ilia down and finishing him on the ground. Just like that, confident, clear, direct. The lightweight division is heating up in a way we haven't seen in years. Everyone's gunning for gold, and Topuria's rise is throwing a massive wrench into the plans of many top contenders. Adding more fuel to the fire, legendary flyweight Demetrius Johnson chimed in. Mighty Mouse himself spoke to Submission Radio and gave his take on a possible Makhachev vs Topuria matchup. And while fans have been dreaming of that fight, it hasn't happened yet. But if it ever does, Demetrius believes Islam comes out on top. Coming from someone as technical and sharp as Johnson, his breakdown carries weight. He's not a man of hype, he's a man of skill. And if he says Islam would beat Ilia, you know he's thought it through. But while all this drama unfolds at the top levels of MMA, let's take a second to talk about something a little different and very entertaining. Tony Ferguson, the legend, the wild man El Kukuli, seems to be having the time of his life. He landed in Thailand recently to host a Russian fight show, and let's just say, Tony embraced the chaos immediately. In the video, you see Tony step in, trying to break up a heated brawl. Classic Tony, no hesitation, all action. But that wasn't all. At one point, he almost got into it himself with Russian fighter Mansurf. You can just picture it. Tony, in the middle of a wild fight night, surrounded by chaos, grinning like he was born for this. He lives for these moments, and fans, they absolutely love it. And that's the beauty of MMA. It's not just about belts or records. It's about personalities. It's about warriors. It's about seeing people like Khabib try something new, watching Topuria fight the odds and call out the best, and seeing Tony stir up madness halfway around the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way. Stay tuned for all the latest MMA news.